Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from a Best Body in Kansas City contest, ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of the show is to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches. Without any further ado, my authentically words of affirmation co-host, Flying Ryan Murphy.
I don't think you've had any words of affirmation for me.
That's not true.
Podcast.
False. I think I complimented your shoes one time.
What? Not today. And I even brought my new shoes over.
Oh, are those comfortable?
Yeah.
You always do that to yourself. You always wear shoes that are not comfortable for you.
I don't have a wife and a kid, all right? I have to be out there looking
sharp at all times.
Yeah. So.
But, you won't. What shoe size are you? You 12?
I can go 11 to 12.
Okay.
These are 10 and a half.
Okay.
But they're the only ones they had.
Oh, interesting.
So I really had to squeeze into these.
Your toes are just... I just saw that there's a...
I'm a sandals guy. I'm a barefoot guy or sandals guy. Is
it just not the time of year for that?
It's just not the time of year for that.
Okay, you're not a sandals year round fella. Some folks are.
I could. Work event, right? So I had to get shoes. I bought nice dress shoes too. So.
Oh, nice.
Those ones came in 11. So.
So why didn't you wear those?
I did.
To here, to my house.
It wasn't really a dress-up-y occasion.
Well, dress for the job you want, right? Maybe we should talk. I'm sure. At this point, it's been a while. Maybe we should briefly mention the Vince McMahon documentary and then move on from that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I figured as much.
I know.
You did promise that at some point you would watch it.
I will.
We'll see.
I watched the baseball documentary with the Red Sox.
Okay. I don't know.
Really good.
Was it? Okay. Was it another Bill Simmons thing?
I don't know.
30 for 30?
No, well, it was film. I don't know. It was on Netflix. So it wasn't 30 for 30. That's ESPN.
I have no idea. I'll just say this. Don't talk about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. No, I'll just skip the rest.
Thank you.
These are de-affirmating words.
The Vince McMahon documentary. Yeah. It was. What are you doing?
No, I fucked. Okay, I'm trying to.
I'll wait.
Just cut that out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Listen.
The Vince McMahon documentary. I think it was mainly for lapsed fans. It felt like overall, there were some interesting bits, but there's just so many of the stories that they were telling were the same stories that I've heard over and over and over again. And I get that you can't take Vince McMahon away from the WWE. The two things are so interlinked that the history of one is the history of another. But I was really waiting until the last episode thinking okay, they've got to give us something. There was almost no information about young Vince McMahon. So his whole childhood is shrouded in mystery, which I'm sure he fucking gets off on. But still, we know very little besides what he's alluded to in passing about being sexually assaulted by his own mother, I guess. I don't know. There's these little kernels of information, but we're not given a ton of detail. Apparently he was physically abused by his stepfather who died, but he wished he could have killed him. This is another quote from an interview that he gave, not the documentary, but a different interview. We didn't really hear anything about he and Linda starting out dating, just that they did. So almost the whole documentary was just focused on the WWE in storylines from the WWE. So it was weird.
So when you say last fan, well, was someone who doesn't know anything about like they just catch us casually on Netflix. They're like, holy shit, like this is fucking kind of crazy. Like,
if they've
heard of the WWE, but they maybe don't know the,
they would probably, I don't know. Like, I think if you were based solely on like the title card of the thing on Netflix, right? Where it's like Vince McMahon is like this puppet master and whatever. And like, he's being portrayed, like he looks like this evil son of a bitch on there. I think you would be disappointed is like, we didn't really get as much information about Vince McMahon as we were hoping for. I think if you know nothing about wrestling, that's what you would think. I think if you watched in the 80s when Hulk Hogan was a big thing, or if you watched the 90s during the Attitude Era with like Stone Cold The Rock, and like if at any point you watched either of those eras and then dropped off, I think this is like a nostalgia bump and be like, oh shit, I remember all this.
Yeah.
Like I think that's who this is targeting, and in part as a way of kind of like building up a bit of interest before Raw goes to Netflix in January. And it's not like they shied away from all the Vince McMahon controversy. Like they absolutely addressed like everything that we've talked about on the show.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, I mean, percentage wise, it was like maybe 15 to 20% of it was like kind of around that. But the vast majority was not about his scandals, but not even about Vince himself. Like they spent there was like an entire episode almost that was dedicated towards the Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWE. And it's like, we've heard this fucking story so many fucking times.
You've heard the story so many times.
Yes. Anyone who's a wrestling fan has heard this story. So again, it was like a documentary that wasn't for hardcore fans. It also, I don't know if it was for people who are like, if you're not interested in wrestling at all, I can't imagine you getting through this whole thing because there's so much fucking wrestling.
Okay, fair. Like, I just think like people, like wrestling was so big as someone who didn't really touch it back in the day, right? It was so big that you knew about it and all your friends were into it. And like, Vince McMahon comes on Netflix and all of a sudden, like you might be like, oh yeah, like good documentary, like watch it. Like, I don't know. Like
the best parts honestly were like these sound bites from Vince that were peppered throughout. Like there's one point and like, honestly, especially the first episode was just me because they were getting all these interviews in like 2019 before all the shit had, become public knowledge about what was going on. And so you're watching these interviews, not only just from Vince, but also from like Stephanie and from Triple H and all these other people. And you're like looking at it from the lens of like what we know now and like analyzing what people are saying and like the double meaning, whether intended or not, of what they're saying. Like there was one line at one point where Vince is like, it's like I have two computers going on all at one time. Like what you're talking to me right now, and that's one computer operating all that, but there's another computer that's completely focused on something else. And then you hear who I think is Bill Simmons asking him, what's the other computer doing? And he's like, or what's it thinking about? He's like, sex.
Physical touch.
Yeah, words of affirmation. So yeah, it's those were the best parts. Is like just this Vince McMahon being an incredibly weird entity. And so, yeah, I don't know. That was like a highlight for me, but I could have used more. There was another highlight, again, not to like spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but at this point it's been like a month and a half. So
get on it, guys. You
can't really be that interested in seeing it if it's been this long. But there was a story told about Shane and Vince's relationship where... And they don't go into what the discussion was around. So we don't know what Shane wanted and what Vince wanted or whatever. But we know that there was a disagreement between the two. Shane was really pushing for this idea. Vince was like, no. And then apparently it escalated to a point where Vince took a knife because they were eating together. He took a knife and he put it right in front of his chest. And he's like, if you really want this so bad, then stab me right through the heart because that's the only way that this is going to happen. And if you don't stab me, that tells me everything that I need to know about you, and that will also inform my decision.
Yeah, I mean, that plays the part, like,
yeah. So I don't know. Like Shane McMahon comes out. He's one of the few people that come out of this documentary like as a likable figure.
Yeah.
Vince, I mean, comes across as fucking weird as I'm sure that he really is. Stephanie Stephanie doesn't come across that bad, but like she's definitely not super likable. They do draw a lot of parallels between Vince and Stephanie in terms of like how ruthless they can be in business and that type of thing. But yeah, there's elements of it that are interesting. I just wish it would have focused less on the wrestling stories that we've heard time and time again. Like honestly, our format has served to kind of talk to you about these things that are like well known within wrestling circles, but like aren't that well known outside of it. Like the story beats that they made a point to hit are the same story beats that we did. Like it talks about WrestleMania, which we didn't get into, but like WrestleMania 3, the Montreal Screwjob, the Vince McMahon Donald Trump thing gets a fair amount of coverage as well, which is funny because we had just recorded that prior to me watching it. But yeah, that's kind of my take. Once you do get around to seeing it, I'd be curious what your thoughts are. But
I mean, was it well done by Netflix?
Oh, yeah, it was very well done, well produced.
Watch, you know, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I just found there wasn't a ton of like new information for me.
Well, of course not. That would be an insane.
There could have been. There could like if this had been like a deep dive into Vince McMahon, the human being. Like, what is a day like in the life of Vince McMahon back in 2019? Anyway. Fuck if I know, but I'd be very curious to like hear about it. There was also like no stories of like about him from like friends or family. There's no personal stories. Like we don't know what he does.
So you don't get that like where they sit in the chair and they like interview these people like kind of like
you do, but it's all about wrestling. It's all wrestling.
Yeah.
Which again, you can't take
Hulk Hogan in there.
Hulk Hogan's in it. Steve Austin's in it. Steve Austin. You're gonna love this. Your boy, your guy, Steve Austin.
Yeah.
He's not a big CTE guy.
He's not a big CTE guy.
He's just
And who?
CTE guy.
Wait, when you say that though, what do you mean? Like who?
He doesn't buy into it. He doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't believe. Oh, I thought you meant like
no.
Yeah,
he didn't
really like he protected his brain. No.
Yeah. I protected it.
He doesn't believe. He's not a big believer in CTE.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Interesting.
So that was another little nugget of.
Is he still CTE?
He didn't. Who knows?
Like all these guys, a little bit.
I'm sure.
Like,
I mean, there's probably an element of CT there, but I mean, his career was relatively short, and like I mean, hearing him talk, you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no slowdown or anything like that. So yeah, who can say? There's no noticeable element of that. But anyway, that's a Vince McMahon Vince McMahon documentary. But that's not what we're here to talk about here today. Longtime listeners of the show, you may have noticed that there was a shift in how we talked about the backstory of our matches early on. The original matches that we talked about, for the most part, I would just give Ryan a quick rundown of the personalities involved, but as time went on, we started delving more into the stories behind the matches themselves. Which means, for a number of wrestlers that were only featured in those early episodes, we never really had a chance to talk about them specifically. And in the case of Andre the Giant, that felt like a very big, no pun intended, missed opportunity. So let's get into it. And really quick, because I couldn't figure out where else it made sense to put this in my notes, and I wanted to get the disappointment out of the way early. Ryan, have you ever seen The Princess Bride?
Yes.
What? Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Tell me one thing that happens in Princess Bride.
No, hold on. This is like my mom's favorite movie.
Okay.
So like we had watched it like several times.
Okay, noted. Just waiting for one thing about Princess Bride.
There's that big guy, right?
Andre the Giant, yes.
Yeah.
Fezzik.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, that counts.
It's kind of a Zorro character in there too.
The main guy, yeah, Wesley.
Yeah.
Wesley, yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That guy.
I think it's enough.
You never engaged in a land war. I don't remember the exact line, but you get the gist of it.
This is a movie, again, I've seen like a lot, but like I've seen this movie like a couple times. Yeah. Only Noted. My parents, big fans.
Well, okay, well, there you go. So I just wanted to clarify that, but it sounds like you are well familiar.
Okay, Eric, easy.
Andre was actually featured in the very first match that we ever watched when he took on Hulk Hogan in a legendary match at WrestleMania. But a lot of that episode was spent on determining Ryan's knowledge of wrestling to that point, so we didn't really spend any time talking about Andre or Hulk for that matter. So to begin, since we've never seen Andre the Giant since that original match, Andre the Giant was born in France in 1946 at the sturdy weight of 13 pounds.
How big was your daughter when she was born?
She was 7 pounds, I want to say 9 ounces.
And that is, what is a normal baby's
say
weight? I have no clue.
She was pretty average.
So that's around, okay. So she's twice as big as a normal.
Give or take, yeah.
Big kid.
I mean, anything like a friend of mine, friend of the show, Joey, just had a child that was 8 pounds, a little over 8 pounds. And like, you look at that baby, that's a healthy looking baby. And like, you know, you hear about like 9-pounders and stuff like that. But yeah, 13 pounds is enormous. I can't imagine in the 40s how they would have even, like, I don't know how commonplace C-sections were or anything like that. But yeah, as Andre grew, there started to be signs that something was going on. By the time he turned 12, Andre was 6'3". They didn't know this at the time, but Andre had acromegaly, which is a disease that causes excess growth and essentially meant that Andre would continue to grow in size throughout his life. Now, in later years, it was found that the majority of the cases of the disease were caused by a tumor that could actually be surgically removed. But by the time of that discovery, Andre did not want to proceed with the treatment as he felt that it would interfere with his wrestling career.
So the rest of his life, does that mean like post-puberty, like he's still going to keep growing like into like adult, like
his whole life?
He just keeps growing.
He keeps growing.
Taller,
big, everything. Everything just keeps growing. His whole body just keeps growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he could have had surgery, but I think he was probably, like, when did the surgery come up? Probably in like the late 70s, early.
In the NBA.
Could have, yeah. I mean, young Andre was actually quite the specimen. So he spent his early years working on his father's farm in France and playing cricket, but eventually he was discovered and brought to Paris, where his pro wrestling career got started. After a few years, a French-Canadian promoter convinced Andre to move to North America, and from there, Andre's career was never the same. And so with that, let's take a quick break from the history, and let's talk about the main thing that seems to come up whenever Andre is mentioned. Let's talk about some Andre the Giant facts. Now, keep in mind, for many of these things, there are some first-hand eyewitness accounts, but there's a few things that old school wrestlers love, or there's few things that old school wrestlers love more than embellishing a story. So some of these facts may be truer than others. As we'll discuss, Andre spent a lot of time at bars. One of his favorite pranks was to move his friends' cars while they were drinking inside. So they'd be inside of a bar drinking. He would physically move their car somewhere else, like into an alleyway or something like that.
Yeah. Well, don't drink and drive.
Exactly. He's just looking out for
friend.
you.
Yeah.
Andre could be a dick to opponents that he did not like. There were stories of Andre yanking out his opponent's hair, sitting on them. But one story in particular, told by Jake the Snake Roberts, is that during one of their matches, Andre squatted on Jake and unleashed a fart that lasted 30 seconds.
It's an insane fart.
I can only imagine. There's also a princess, which is not my notes. There's a Princess Bride fart story too.
Yeah.
Where he let out, again, another like 30-second fart. Like the entire cast and crew just all shut the fuck up as Andre was farting. And the director, Rob Reiner, after the fart ended, he looked over at Andre. He's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Better now, boss."
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
In a related story, Andre would often travel to Japan to wrestle. He was very big in Japan, you see. However, at the hotels, the toilets were not large enough to accommodate him. So anytime Andre would need to drop a deuce in Japan, more often than not, he would have to use the bathtub.
I don't know.
What's the alternative?
How big are their drains?
Oh, well, I mean, you just stomp it down.
We'll say that. It really fucks me up. Like,
we've all stomped it down once or twice, Ryan.
I don't want to get. Have you ever done this in real life?
Have I stomped one down?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not like. Okay, hold on. I've never like just taken a shit in a bathtub and then stomped it down the drain. But I think there's probably been like residual dingleberries that then I gave a little assist to get down the drain.
Yeah.
You're giving me a look like. I don't know if I like the look.
I don't know if I like what you've been doing.
I don't do it all the time. It's been a long time since I've done it.
The waffle stomp?
Yeah, see? I mean,
I don't know.
Sound like you're the expert, not me.
No, I've just, okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the drain in the downstairs shower, perfect for waffle stomping.
Okay.
It's the perfect waffle stomping. I dare anyone to come up with a better waffle stomping drain.
I want to know how many people have waffle stomped in a group of 5.
I mean, I should be seeing some friends
check it
soon.
out. Check it out.
I'll do a poll.
Yep.
And I'll let you know.
Thank you.
How many waffle stompers? In a further related story, one person, I believe it was Hulk Hogan, claimed to have walked in on Andre engaged in coitus with a woman in Japan. He claimed it looked like a bear mauling its prey. That's all. That's the story.
That one didn't.
You should have seen him waffle stomp that.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have the Andre drinking stories. In the HBO documentary produced about his life, he was described as potentially the greatest drinker of all time. The reason? One personal account claimed that Andre would regularly drink 7,000 calories of alcohol per day.
Per day.
That is separate from his food. That's just booze. It usually consisted of 20 to 25 beers per night, along with 4 or so bottles of wine, as well as several mixed drinks. So that's apparently an average night for Andre.
And then he just took his friend's cars for a drive.
They would just pick up his friend's cars and drive away. When undergoing surgery, the surgeons were understandably unsure about how much anesthesia that they would need to use on him. Eventually, they decided to use his drinking as an estimator. Andre informed them that it usually took 2 liters of vodka before he felt warm inside.
I get that.
Yeah, we've all been there. Ric Flair, which, consider the source, but Ric Flair claims that Andre once drank 106 beers in one night. While on David Letterman, Andre admitted to drinking 119 beers in a single session. Mike Graham, another old-time wrestler, claimed that he once saw Andre the Giant drink 156 beers in one night. And you get the gist. Homeboy liked his adult bevies.
There's several sources saying over 100 beers.
Yes.
So I believe that now.
So yeah, there's, a couple people saying it, which, if it's one, take it with a grain of salt, but it seems like...
How tall and how much did he weigh when he was 25 doing this? I don't know.
When he was 20, well, I won't say 25. I think he was a bit older when all this was going down. He was he was pushing 500 pounds.
500 pounds.
He was,
and then...
probably in the 450 to 500 range. And it was tough because he was like hunched over. Like he didn't stand up straight. I think if he stood up straight, he'd be over 7 feet. But I think,
oh shit.
Or like he just, as far as his head could get up, I think he was maybe just under. But I think if you managed to straighten him out, he's probably like 7'1", 7'2".
Did we think 100 beers is realistic in one 24-hour period?
So I mean, I've seen pictures of him those mini Coke cans.
Yeah.
Him holding a regular beer looks like one of us holding a mini Coke can. So,
it's like 50 mini Cokes for a regular person.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, I think, like, what's a lot to, like, you or I? Like if one of our friends said, like, oh, I drink, like, 15 or 20 beers.
Yeah, that'd be...
You'd be like, holy shit. Like, that'd be pretty...
20 beers is, like, where I'm like, I could see it, but, like, that's crazy, Like...
Right.
Like, yeah.
So, like, let's say that he's, like, literally double the size of a regular person. Yeah, I mean...
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's 40 beers.
Right, sure. Yeah, you're talking about 40 beers.
100 beers. I love it, but I'm just like, am I being fooled?
You're right to question it. I think that, like, the fact that it's multiple people saying it leads to a bit of credibility, but yes, these are also wrestlers who love embellishing fucking stories.
I'd like to hear Steve Austin's opinion, or his input on this.
Well, he's not a CTE guy, so he can tell you everything that happened. Vincent J. McMahon, the father to Vincent K. McMahon, the same Vincent K. McMahon that allegedly likes to poop on people. He took control of Andre's booking in the early 70s, and from there, Andre's popularity exploded. Local promoters found that they would experience huge spikes in attendance for shows billing Andre the Giant, as audiences loved to gasp in amazement at the spectacle of the towering 7-footer. However, if Andre hung around for too long, the audience would start to get accustomed to seeing him and the attendance would drop back down. So Vince's idea, again, this is Vince Sr., was to turn Andre into a touring attraction. So instead of hanging out in one territory like the other wrestlers of the era, Andre would come in for a few weeks and then he would move on to the next region. This ensured that audiences wouldn't tire of seeing the Giant and that promoters wouldn't have to come up with convoluted reasons why Andre wasn't getting shots at the championship, which also meant that they never had to figure out a way for Andre to lose the championship. And so this formula worked great. Until Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who allegedly enjoys exposing himself to tanning salon employees, started putting the territories out of business. From there, Andre was largely a WWF exclusive and would usually be matched up against men that could rival Andre's size. So let's put a pin in that for now. To switch gears a bit, our last match featured Donald Trump, the Republican nominee for our upcoming presidential race. And as I noted at the end of that episode, I'm nothing if not a fair man. And so it's only right, even though this probably won't make air until after the the election is concluded, it's only right in the interest of equal time that today we take a look at Kamala Harris.
You about to background her?
That's right. James Harris, better known as the Ugandan Giant, Kamala. A lot of times in wrestling, Ryan, as we've seen with Stone Cold Steve Austin and others, a change of character is needed to elevate your career to the next level. In the case of Sugar Bear Jim Harris, he found that his career was not exactly setting the world on fire. He was a big boy in the 350 to 400 pound range, and he was billed at 6'7", but he didn't have that spark to grab the audience's attention. But one day, while working in Memphis, he was approached about a new gimmick idea. The gimmick? Kamala, otherwise known as the Ugandan Giant, the Ugandan Headhunter, the Ugandan Savage, but any way you slice it, it's Kamala. He wore face paint, his titties had big white stars painted on them, his belly had a big yellow crescent moon, and he carried a spear and wore a gigantic mask to the ring. In 2024 parlance, this would be considered very racist, but by Memphis standards in the early 80s, it was Tuesday.
Maybe even... No, go ahead.
Where are you going with that? While Jim Harris had been trained to wrestle, Kamala's offense would consist primarily of chops, bites, and jumping on his opponent, mainly to drive home the idea that this monster had been brought straight from the jungles of Africa to the world of wrestling. He was also a big proponent of slapping his belly when he was excited. In fairly short order, it was determined that Kamala was one of the most viable threats that Andre the Giant could face, and as a result, the two seemed to be in one another's orbit for several years off and on throughout multiple companies. Kamala is on the short list of people to have body slammed Andre and apparently pulled a gun on him in real life at one point. This rivalry will spill into our match here today. Kamala and Andre had wrestled in Toronto previously in a match that did not have a decisive winner. Today's bout is the rematch, also taking place in Toronto in 1984 between the two, but this time the match will take place inside of a steel cage. Now, back in these 80s steel cage matches, the only way to win was by escaping the cage. No pinfall or submission, just escape. So hopefully, by the end of this thing, we'll know who the true giant of wrestling really is. And that's our notes.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, well, I can imagine.
Learn.
Any questions about Kamala Harris or Andre the Giant?
Is it Kamala?
It's Kamala,
Okay,
which I remember
yes,
the first time I heard about Kamala Harris. When I just saw the name, I was like, wait, Kamala? Yeah. But no, people don't say that. Gotcha. Unless, which I did catch Hulk Hogan's speech at the at the Trump MSG rally. Yeah. He insists on fucking calling her Kamala.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
He won't not call her Kamala, which, you know, okay. But as far as our wrestling with the data, we've got, what is your record? It's our long set of notes here.
It's a bunch to a little.
It is a bunch to a bunch to a little. 56 wins, 40 losses, 2 draws. This is the 99th match that we've seen together so far, Ryan. Next one's match 100. Yeah. You're on a 4-match winning streak. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The previous Andre the Giant match, we've only watched one, but it's currently ranked 87 for Ryan and 70 for me. So neither of us thought that highly of it, but
Do you think this will be in the upper?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to answer that question. I don't want to taint your data.
Yeah.
I don't want to taint your data.
Okay.
Each of us will make our own independent decisions.
I already know where it's going to be.
Where is it going to be? Enlighten me.
56.
Wow, we'll see it. We'll see if he can make this prediction come true. But that's it for the data. We will be back with our thoughts on Andre the Giant versus Kamala in Toronto, 1984. Whew, what a year! Thanks, everybody.
The introductions have not been made. The bell is not sounded, and both men right now are going. They're going at each other. Roger Francoeur standing outside the steel cage, along with Kamala's man Friday.
And now Kamala pats that big belly of his one time, goes around, throws another chop to the back of the neck of Andre the French Giant, and right now it's looking very good for Kamala.
Andre is not beaten. Not yet. The crowd responding. They want Andre. They want Andre to finish him off right now. Now Andre has become the aggressor.
Both men very groggy, or I should say both giants.
Now it's Kamala's turn on the receiving end. Nothing doing.
Payback time for Andre. Takes Kamala, headbutts him. Doesn't let him go down, though. Holds on to him. Kamala trying to fight his way back. Throws a shot to the midsection, and another one by Kamala. And Andre reaches down and picks him up.
Look at that.
Slams him to the mat.
Over 400 pounds.
Yes. Now Andre drops all 474 pounds right on the chest area of Kamala.
This might be it, Billy Red.
Yes. It could be all over right here. Andre climbs up onto that second rope, up onto the third rope. Turns around. And would you believe it? 474 pounds. Look at him standing on that top rope. Moves down. Down he comes. Right on the chest of Kamala. And look at that Kamala kicking in pain.
Now
Jack.
Andre's going to try to get out.
And the gate is open. And now Friday trying to close the gate. Roger Francoeur has it
now
open.
Now got the gate open.
Andre.
Here comes Andre.
Out he comes.
There he is.
Well, he's down.
Andre
there
is out.
And the winner, Andre the French Giant.
We're back. We just watched Kamala the Ugandan Giant versus Andre the French Giant, a battle of the giants in Toronto. They could only be contained inside of a solid steel cage. Ryan, what'd you think of that match?
Just solid steel cage.
Yeah.
To contain them.
Yes.
Somehow.
Very much so.
Yeah,
yes.
No, it was really, I thought highly of this match.
Yes.
I'd watch something like this again.
Do you want to? I'll pause.
Yeah, another one. Oh, you want to watch it again?
Yeah, we'll just
in case I missed anything.
We'll run it back.
Any of the action?
Exactly. I don't think you were paying close enough attention to our guy Friday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Well,
should we just get it in the notes?
Let's get it in the
You
notes.
seem like you don't want to be here anymore.
I feel like you drugged me here for this.
I didn't drag. It's been fucking a month and a half.
You're fucking with me, Eric.
I'm not.
You're fucking with me by
I put
showing me this match on.
Can I? Full disclosure.
Yeah.
I put these notes together when Joe Biden was still running for president. I had no sense.
Not Kamala.
No, not Kamala. There was a total coincidence that I put Trump and then a match featuring Kamala next to one another. That was not intended. And then when I realized it was happening, it's like,
the fact that his match was so much better really fucks me up right now. You know.
Well, we don't know. We haven't looked at the notes yet,
right.
Ryan.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
There's still a chance for that 56. Okay, so we enter the arena, the Toronto Gardens. I don't know if it's which one it is, but Kamala tentatively makes his entrance with Kimchi / Friday. They kept calling him Friday, but later he'd be rebranded to Kimchi. I don't know.
Kimchi.
Yeah, Kimchi. Mm-hmm. He was, so for anyone unsure of what I'm talking about, some Friday / Kimchi, he wears a pith helmet and he's got safari gear on. He happened to be wearing little cargo short things, which was funny compared to everything else he's wearing, but also just a black mask. So that way you don't know, who is this mysterious man that ventured into the jungles of Africa to bring us Kamala.
Yeah.
What were your initial thoughts on Kamala, especially with his entrance garb of the mask and the spear?
He couldn't. I don't know. I don't. He couldn't even get into the cage. Like
it's not that he couldn't, is that he wouldn't. He was afraid of being caged.
A little apprehensive.
Yeah, I mean, hey, there's some history there, Ryan.
Yeah.
Pick up a book and you can read all about it. He's probably didn't want to get in that cage, okay?
Okay.
For reasons that I'll leave you to figure out.
You've just been, captured, obviously.
Yeah, against his will, brought to Memphis, of all places. Be much different if he was brought to, like, Boston, somewhere with some class, some culture.
How do you do after this match? Was he okay?
Kamala?
Yeah.
He was around for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
I remember...
Did he get better?
Okay. I was going to launch into this later, but since you asked. I remember Kamala being a thing when I was watching, like, early 90s. He kind of, like, re-emerged as being a thing. And I, at that point in time, I was, like, sort of hemming hawing about whether or not wrestling was, like, real. Because, like, there was some shit that was happening, like the snake incident, where, like, the snake was gnawing on Macho Man. I was like, oh, shit, this shit's fucking real. But then Kamala would show up, and he would be doing the exact same offense, the karate chops to the forehead that you saw in this match here today. Yeah. And, like, even as a kid, I was like, Kamala kind of fucking sucks. But I had always chalked it up like, okay, maybe what I was seeing was, like, more late era Kamala. He'd gotten a little bit older, a little slower. Maybe I'm just not seeing Kamala at his peak.
Yeah.
And so, like, I wanted to have an Andre the Giant match. And so I Google searched, like, what are the best Andre the Giant matches? And one thing that I kept coming up was Andre the Giant Kamala cage match.
That's insane.
I'd never seen this match before.
Is it just because those two were in it? That couldn't be, like, one of his best matches.
So I'm like, okay, great. I've never seen this match before. Let me put my notes together. And I'm watching. I was like, holy shit. Like... I'm not saying Andre put on, like, this great performance. But,
no,
like,
of course not.
But Kamala really stood out as being so shitty. Everything Kamala does in this match.
See, you did. You
looks
did this. Yeah, okay.
So
no,
bad.
It's okay. Like, yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for myself that I just watched that. Like.
But to answer your question, no, he never got better.
Okay, he never. Does he speak?
I mean, what do you mean?
I didn't hear him speak at all, or, like, yell, or, like, talk. Like, there was no.
The character Kamala does not speak.
Okay, but, like, that's what I mean. Like, when he went forward in his rest, did he start speaking, or, like, at all? He just never did.
Kamala just kind of, he would do what you saw him do.
Yeah,
he would show up for 6 months and then disappear, and then go somewhere else, show up for a few months, disappear. Later, when there stopped being places for him to go, and, like, the WWF was, like, the only thing, then he had, like, a little bit more of an extended run, although it didn't last that long, where eventually he wrestled against The Undertaker. The Undertaker beat him in a casket match, so he put Kamala in a casket. Then Kamala was so...
Halloween match?
Yeah, Kamala was so scared that he was essentially broken, and so his bad guy manager was like, you're worthless, you're a piece of shit, da 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 da. And then Kamala had a good guy turn where this gets... I wasn't planning on talking about any of this. There was a reformed bad guy manager who was kind of like a piece of, not quite a pimp.
Yeah.
Not quite a pimp, but like a sleazy businessman named Slick. He found God in real life, and then that parlayed into his character. So he became the Reverend Slick. He essentially helped Kamala find God. And
I love pimps who find God.
He's technically not a pimp, I don't think. I don't think Slick was ever specifically called out as being a pimp. He's just a sleazy businessman. Pimp was a bad choice of words. But yeah, the Reverend Slick helped Kamala go bowling, and, like, a good guy Kamala was around for, like, a short amount of time.
Okay.
I don't remember how that ended.
Yeah.
Probably poorly.
Yeah.
And then everyone forgot about that, and then he went to WCW and just became the savage Kamala all over again. Where did my notes leave off?
It doesn't matter.
It matters a great deal. Okay. So Kamala, he doesn't want to get inside the cage. But Kim Chi, he wants him to get inside the cage. Andre comes out next. When I said that my favorite part of this match is Andre's emergence, like you can just see his gigantic back and you just see him tower over all these people. That
big.
Literally is my favorite part of this match.
The cage.
I would like he's so impressive to look at, especially when he's like side by side with the referee and you just see the size discrepancy between this normal referee man and Andre the Giant. Like it's fucking impressive. And then
7 feet's not that impressive anymore, Eric.
It's not even just his height, it's his width.
He is a big guy. Okay,
he's so huge.
I'm just okay. All right.
Yeah, you're just finding things.
I am. I'm just grumpy right
Guess
now.
what? You don't need to find anything extra in this match. There's plenty realistic things that you can pick apart here.
Yeah.
But Andre, again, he has quite the aura. You got to give him that. The ring announcer tries to kind of do his spiel, but that's not happening. Andre, he just does the repeated butt stomps to Kamala. Just fart, 30 seconds, fart. Big headbutt from Andre. Kamala starts using a weapon of some kind, and then he throws it to Kim Chi. I don't know if he had like Ugandan brass knuckles or what was going on there, but it was like something like that. And then we have a bunch of chops from Kamala to Andre. What were your thoughts on Kamala's chops?
What do you want me to say? Like
they were great, right?
Were they?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were great.
What were your favorite? The chops to the head or the chops to the tummy?
Give Tony one of those chops to me. All right, survive it without any pain.
Okay, so you want Tony Tate to chop you in the tummy?
Give him a chop. Give me a chop.
Okay, a Kamala chop, not a
Kamala chop. Yeah, not a kendo stick chop.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Andre chokeholds Kamala, starts. That's another. Again, the highlights are not especially noteworthy.
There was not. What was the highlight of the match, Eric?
Well, it wasn't this, but this is one
was
part.
It when he walked out and won?
I was mentioning how Andre started like grabbing Kamala's head and like ramming it into the back of the cage.
That was crazy.
I'm not saying it was like fucking great, but it was like
crazy.
It was a noteworthy break from the chops. Can we agree on that? A noteworthy chop break?
Sure.
Speaking Chop Express burritos, pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's up the way, kind of by Mukilteo. They do Korean fusion burritos. The bulgogi burrito.
Okay, I like that.
Check it out one of these days. Where do we leave off? The door.
Yeah.
Kamal. So, okay, now we've seen the match. I stand by my point that I made when we were watching it. The door thing makes no sense at all. So the idea of this match, as we talked about beforehand, was there's only two ways. Well, one way to win. You can either climb over the top of the cage or you can go through the door. There's a referee.
Both of whom could have fucking easily climbed out of this, dude.
Andre was basically as tall as the top of the cage. This is true. But they're big boys. You can't climb. There's too much weight.
Okay.
The referee was stationed at the door.
Sure.
Friday, Kamala's manager was constantly, the entire match, trying to yank at the door, and the referee's like, fuck you, get over here, and like trying to keep the door closed. Kamala's like right there at the door several times, and the referee's like, no, I'm keeping the door closed. The only time the door opens is after, and we'll cover all the other things that happen in this match, right? Don't worry. But after Andre hits the giant butt stomp from the top rope, he points at the door, and the referee's like, okay, and then he just opens it. I don't understand. The door thing has always been stupid in wrestling. It's always dumb. I've never seen it not be dumb. This was another level of being dumb. It doesn't make any sense why the referee would be like, okay, I'll open the door for you, Andre, but I'm not going to open it for Kamala, besides just blatant racism. But that wasn't ever mentioned in the match. I don't know if this is a racist ref. We're just left to assume that it is. Why else would he open the door for Andre but not Kamala?
Well, your first point that I didn't understand was like, why are they both by the door?
Who?
The two people outside the door.
The referee and Kamala's manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the referee I guess he was outside. Yeah. Why was he outside?
My point was like,
why was he outside the door?
The announcer said it was to try to keep the door closed.
Yeah, but why wasn't he in the ring where every other referee is?
Because there's no rules. It's a cage match. There's nothing to enforce. Just who gets outside of the ring first. My point was, when we were watching it, just leave the fucking door open, and then the guys got to keep each other from getting out.
No.
Well, the alternative is you're selectively opening it for reasons that don't make sense.
It did not make sense why they opened it. I agree. But I also kind of get like why would they would block the door.
I mean,
like, sure.
ideally, you don't have a door, and the objective is just to climb over the top of the cage.
And
but if
Eric, that seems really complex. To not have, to not have a door.
But yes, no, the WWE, the only wrestling company in history to have ever done the fucking door is the WWF. No other company did it. In fact, the WWF's the only company that ever did the escape the cage rule. Every other company has done pinfall or submission, and the cage is just meant to keep people out, is the idea. But then they had a bunch of matches where it's like, well, we don't want anyone to actually like lose. We just want him to like run away, and that's how he wins.
Yeah, the door thing was insane.
I agree. I'll just kind of speed through these notes because I can tell Ryan's getting annoyed with me talking about these things in this level of detail.
I'm not...
It's fine. A shot at the top of the cage, those vicious, what do they even call? Those just chain link?
It's just a chain link.
But the top of the chain link where it like comes to a point.
But look at every chain link fence in the world has the same thing.
Kamala's just wearing a little loincloth.
Doesn't matter.
His testicles are going to get caught on the chain.
If you have no skills.
Well, he's never seen it. He's from the jungles of Uganda. He has never practiced that. They don't have those types of things in the jungle.
It's not something you have to practice, Eric.
He's never seen it. They don't have chain link in the jungle.
It's just that you notice a threat, and you avoid it.
More fucking chops. Andre's now spontaneously bleeding on account of chops. He chopped him to blood.
Yeah.
He blood chopped him. Kamala's now biting at him. Kamala tries to exit again. I have a note here to myself. I don't understand what is happening between Kimchi and the ref. Andre then kicks away at him. Andre goes head first into the cage. More goddamn chops. What the fuck? Big ass chop from Andre. Second one puts Kamala down. We've got a butt bump in the corner. Kamala grabs Andre's hair. And then I have a note. This match sucks every time Kamala is on offense. Another weird door exchange. Fuck these fucking chops. Barefoot choke. Barefoot choke. Andre kicks him in the kidney. Oh my God, with this stupid fucking door bullshit. Andre chokes Kamala from underneath. Good old-fashioned trapezius hold from Andre. Andre with a series of chops and headbutts. Body slam from Andre to Kamala, who then goes into convulsions from the body slam. Because it's a very hard ring. It's a boxing
hard
ring.
hit. Yeah.
Not a lot of people know that. Andre with a running butt splash to Kamala. Andre with a top rope butt splash to
The ring might have been more firm than any other ring I've ever seen. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it probably was a proper boxing
probably
ring.
Firm ring.
Yeah. The door is open. Andre, after giving the signal, just points at the referee. Referee opens it up. Kamala takes a bump when Andre is announced as the winner, and that's our match.
Should have taken an actual bump.
That's a cocaine reference, everybody. Thoughts on the match? What do you any? Good, bad?
Yeah, no.
Somewhere in between?
Something.
Let's go. Let's rank it.
I can already rank it. This is the last match.
Wow.
I could. It's already last. I don't even have to sit here and look. It's the last match. This match was fucking disgustingly bad.
So fucking trash. Worse.
Actually, make a new category.
And just call it Andre the Giant versus Kamala.
God damn.
I wasn't expecting this.
No?
Necessarily. I knew this match was bad.
Yeah.
But it's been hard to get you, because we've watched some real stinkers, and you've been very precious about this isn't the worst match we've ever seen. But the worst match we've ever seen is, by your list, not actually the worst match we've ever seen. So I'm somewhat glad that we actually have a real bad match.
This one will stick out of my head when I know the worst match. Point of reference, this one will be there. Yeah.
So this is the new number 99 for Ryan.
Yeah.
Let me make a quick note to myself just so I don't forget. New number 99. I don't think this is going to be that for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be low, but it's not going to be last. I think if we go to Eric's correct ranking here.
What would you think about me?
Is it as good as Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell? Let's work our way from there. I don't think it's as good as that. What's underneath that? Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17. I don't think it's as good as that either, Ryan.
Where are we at right now on this? Are we up?
10?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll jump.
I know this. Okay,
I'll jump down. I'll jump down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If we're doing this podcast. Just normally.
I'm closing my eyes. I'm here. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
and I rank this
56.
No. Like I rank this like 9. I love this match. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking, dude? Do we continue?
I turn the recording off and I say, just stop bullshitting me. Just say what you really think.
Okay.
No, there'd be a come to Jesus moment of like, come on, Ryan, don't fuck me.
I'll never fuck around with this podcast. That's why. Yeah.
I mean, this is 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Jesus.
The data.
Yeah.
The precious data. Okay, so it's almost certainly fucking trash. What's the top of fucking trash for me? Ooh, the scaffold match. Bobby Eaton, PN News.
What's that for me?
71.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah.
That's 96 for me. That match was bad, but it does have the appeal of it being on a scaffold, even though nobody falls from the scaffold. It was just a glorified capture the flag. But it is interesting seeing Steve Austin, like a young Steve Austin. And Bobby Eaton is amazing, even though he couldn't do anything in that match. So I'm inclined to say this is worse than that. Ooh, Jenna Maraska versus Queen Sharmell.
Don't be sexist.
Jenna Maraska couldn't run the ropes. She would run in a half circle back and forth between the ropes. Ooh. This match did have blood. Jenna Maraska versus Queen Sharmell might have had period blood.
Eric, stop.
What?
Stop it, Eric. We don't know that.
I said might. I didn't say it did. Although, honestly, there were some camera shots of Jenna Maraska where we could probably figure out if she was on her period, and I don't think that we ever saw that.
Okay. I don't remember it.
I think this is slightly better than that. So, okay, this is going to be the new...
Sexist Eric.
Sexist Eric. This will be the new number 97 for me.
So very close.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's only 2 matches I would put lower than this. 97. Woof.
Why did you pick this match today? Did you try and fuck with me? Dude?
I already told you. I gave you the story. I was like, I want to find an Andre the Giant match. What do people say is like one of the better Andre the Giant matches? Because like when I started, because I was a kid when Andre died, I was like 8 or 9.
Why is Andre the Giant so big? Movie?
What do you... Can you rephrase the question, please?
Sorry.
Well, you see, he had acromegaly, Ryan. That was a disease
why was he such a stand-up name in wrestling? Is it movie star status or like?
I mean, that had something to do with it, but like it was the novelty of people going to the arena and seeing this humongous man.
Did you ever have a match that could like place in the top 20 of our list?
No.
Okay.
Probably
top 50.
Not. I mean, maybe, but I was trying to find something like that. This was not
Eric.
What?
99 and 97. You knew what you were doing.
No, I didn't. I was trying to find. I was trying to find a really good Andre the Giant match because I'd never seen one.
Fuck you, Eric.
Why would I?
You were trying to find a really good Andre the Giant match.
Hold on.
What you came up with
best Andre the Giant matches right here. Here we go. So it's not on this list curated from this thing.
Even
okay, pro wrestling. Okay, does anyone have any favorite Andre the Giant matches? It's on Reddit. Andre versus Stan Hansen, Ken Patera, Battle Royal. Yeah. His cage match. Okay, this is from a year ago. His cage match versus Kamala at a WWE live event on the network was actually a decent match. Seeing Andre splash Kamala from the top rope was a sight to behold.
Just makes me think about Redditors in a little bit different way.
But like, this was one of the ones that was in the conversation.
When did he die? When did he die?
92 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So this is 84. So, but like by this point, this was the tail end of his like, he needed surgery by this point, I'm pretty sure. Like his physical prime was in the 70s, but there's not a whole lot of footage of those matches. But apparently he was very athletic back then and not nearly as like wide.
Fair enough. Like,
but
maybe he was really good back in the days.
I will say my hope was to try and find like a really good Andre the Giant match. But then like I put my notes together and it's like, well, I don't really want to start this process all over again. So I'm just going to use this. But I knew after watching it, like, oh, this was what I was hoping that I would get out of this. But, I guess ultimately it was just an excuse to talk about like Andre's drinking and stuff like that.
Which good topic. Like that. Okay.
Is that enough to bump it to 98, Ron?
I can respect a guy who did 106 beers,
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it with a 99 ranking.
I mean, there's a reason this guy looked like he did when, in the match. 106 beers. That'll do that to
And
you.
4 bottles of wine.
If I got into the ring, I'd look the same way. You know?
That's true. He just needs a couple words of affirmation from that crowd, and he'll be ready to rumble.
And there was none from this crowd.
That's well, they were cheering. They were on their feet.
No,
You saw
were
it.
They?
Well, not during the match, but afterwards. Woohoo! I'm glad this fucking thing ended. Hooray!
I need a sign, words of affirmation. If I was I want a good sign with my say something good about me. Put it on a sign.
Right.
And where that's what I want.
Right. Yeah. Look at his. Look how good his shoes look.
You've been real dick.
I'm not. What? I was trying to think of anything that I would have said you would have found issue with. That's the problem.
I told Eric about these shoes, and he shit all over him as soon as he could.
Size
Yeah.
10 and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually,
What?
no, go ahead.
What?
You want to hear it?
Sure.
Don't be exhausted. I'm exhausted. I had to watch that fucking match, Eric. Okay, Excuse me. I came over and had to watch this match.
Came over.
Okay.
Have you added your tortilla pizza today?
No, I'm starving
wow.
too. I'm so hungry.
I had steak and potatoes.
You did?
Yeah, my daughter ate steak and potatoes today.
You didn't tell me that before I came.
I didn't have any extra steak, so I wasn't. What am I going to say?
Eric's pretty good when I come over. Like, he gives me
Usually.
any food that they have, but like this time he didn't.
No, the only thing that was left over was mashed potatoes, which I know. And
I
they
like mashed potatoes.
They were creamy.
We have gravy.
No, just butter.
All right, well, I'll give you this quick.
Kerry Gold.
I went to get these shoes. I was sitting there and I bought them. And I saw like an 11. It was the one that was sitting up top. And then I was doing a bunch of changing. Because I was grabbing clothes for work. And somehow I come up to the register. There's a big line behind me. And the girl at Kohl's was not very nice. Who I was ringing this up with.
No words of affirmation.
No words of affirmation. And I go up there and she's like, she pulls out the box and like, oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this. Eric, don't. Your hand's still on it. Your hand's still on it.
Right, keep going.
Leave me alone, Eric.
Tell a story. Fine, I won't touch it.
Thank you. I go up there. There's one shoe in the box.
Okay, one shoe in the box. Size 11, one shoe in the box. I'm with you.
That's it. She's like, why did you bring me the shoe? Like, there's only one shoe. I can't like ring this up. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got the box with one. Did I take the shoes out and put them in the one shoe? I don't know. And now she's like, you can go get them. But there's a huge line behind me. She's like, I'll wait. So I had to like run back to the other side of the store. And then I came back and she's pissed because all these people are waiting on me to bring back the other shoes. And that's why I got the 10. And I was like, fuck it. Just give me I'll take these, real quick. How did I come back with one shoe? I have no idea how I did this.
If that story was the equivalent of one of the matches that we've watched, it would be Kamala versus Andre the Giant.
It's not affirmating my story.
There's a lot of head chops in that story for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we wrap this up?
Thank you, Ryan.
I'll turn it. I can't do it.
Eric's wisdom tree.
This episode has turned into a 99.
I keep it 100, dog. Oh man! All right, this is the only way to cap it off. I'm feeling frisky after.
Now make a good one, dude. Don't do some bullshit here.
I think
I'm controversial. You've been like everything you said recently.
I got one. I got one for you,
okay.
pal.
All right.
I think I'm developing an innate dislike of Eastern Europeans.
Dude, you're not alone.
Okay, I saw this come up. I was like, oh, I remember writing that, but why did I write that? So my neighbors, which I'm sure at a certain point I'll probably go into the story of my neighbors. I'm pretty sure they're Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Which has made me completely flip on the whole war situation.
Oh no.
But it was at Costco.
Don't fund them anymore.
Don't fund them. They're going right to my neighbors, and they fucking suck. Not any better. Not any better than the Russians. Let me tell you, the more of them we get rid of, the better.
Jesus Christ.
But no, I remember I was at Costco, and there was this fucking annoying couple that just there's etiquette.
Yeah.
There's etiquette at all supermarkets, but especially at a Costco. You stand off to the side. If you're going to talk, you're going to do stuff.
Yeah.
Move to the side. At least 3 to 4 times at my shopping experience at this Costco, they were like in the middle of the aisle, like chatting. And as I walked by, like I could hear, like it wasn't English chatting, it was Eastern European chatting. And like the moment I heard that, I was so mad. Like I started like outwardly muttering to myself, like, "What the fuck are you fucking doing?" Like
your lips are closed, but you're like, like
I started saying things out loud that I never would say out loud. But like their Eastern Europeanness was starting to like fucking bother me. And I don't feel good about it, but I don't think you can be racist against them, right? They're not a race. It's just other white people.
It's a race.
What? Nuh-uh.
Well, yeah. I mean,
what, Slavics?
Yeah.
Slavics are just caveman whites. You can't. There's no racist against them. They're just white people that look, off, like they're missing something.
I know. Like,
some sort of their DNA is missing.
Like Greta, Boldy, I shouldn't speak for all of them. So, but I know there's this huge slant against Eastern Europeans too. Like, so you're not alone.
Right. They have a thing against Eastern Europeans?
Yeah, like you get to Russia.
Aren't they Eastern European?
No, like Hungary.
This is like Texans saying, we're not from the South.
Yeah, right. No, kind of. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. You're not wrong about your statement there. But they'll get on it too. So
I just think it's starting to. I sent my neighbors a letter asking them to do a thing.
You sent your neighbors a letter.
I sent them a letter
about what?
They are running a construction company.
Of course they are. They're Eastern European.
From their house, and they've started putting like wood, and so. I'm not going to get that much into detail on this.
No, I want to hear. Yeah, no.
There's a nebulous zone in between our properties, which is like unclear where the property line is.
Behind you, or you don't have to say on.
So we have like shrubs, which are a clear delineation between the properties, and then the shrubs just stop, and then there's a fence that connects to their garage, but my garage and their garage have like 10 feet in between them. So, and like that area, like it's just completely open. Like if I wanted to, I could walk from my backyard, cut through this weird zone, this demilitarized zone, and just walk into their driveway if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And so they have been taking all their construction bullshit and just putting it in there. And like some of it is like next to the fence on my side of the fence. And so like they're putting these planks there. The first time I saw it, I was like, fuck, no, that's not happening. And so I moved it.
You moved it?
Yeah, I moved it. They put it there on my side of the fence, and so I moved it. And then like a week later...
But there's no fence there. It's just shrubs.
They put it... So there is a fence that's connecting to the back corner of their garage. They put their lumber next to the fence. So they walked through the DMZ and put it next to the fence. So like... If you're saying that the fence is the property line, that lumber's on my side of the fence.
You should just steal their lumber.
What the fuck am I going to do with lumber? I mean, if anyone wants lumber, I can get you some lumber. I know exactly where to find
just saw it in half. If it's you split, but there's so many of them. There's so many people in that fucking house. I can't keep up with it. I'm just one man. Like I can move the lumber, but there's like 5 or 6 of them. Yeah.
And they seem to always be multiplying and buying new cars. I can't keep up with this shit. Like there's no way of me, like there's no prank war. There's nothing all I can do is try and like ask them politely.
Eric, you could, if you want me to come over and like move some lumber and just sidebar job on the weekends, I could help
You're just going to be the constant lumber mover?
Yeah.
I'll mull it over.
Eric, we could do this together.
They also had a guinea fowl that wandered onto my property.
It's a guinea fowl?
It's like a fucked up chicken. A guinea fowl wandered onto my property like a year ago.
Have you thought about getting a regular chicken and competing?
No,
or what? Like a rooster, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the fighting?
It only did it the one time, but I was pissed when it happened.
Get a cat. They'll fuck it up.
This was a big fuck. It was a big ugly. Like it looked like a turkey.
I don't
face.
know what it is.
It was a rooster body with a chicken face or a turkey face.
And it's called that. What you said?
Guinea fowl.
Guinea fowl. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an ugly looking bird.
Yeah.
Ugly bird.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're starting like homesteading shit. Like they have chickens and stuff.
Eric, I just think you need to compete, dude.
Well, I'm trying to go through legal. Like, I'm trying to be like a legal dick. Like, I
have you talked? And you sent him a letter.
I sent him a letter. Yeah. The letter went, and I included my phone number in the letter, saying like, hey, if you have questions, like, call me, whatever, we'll talk. I was trying to be like, an adult about this shit.
Right.
Fucking nothing. Didn't hear anything. And then, so I'm like, okay, motherfuckers. And like, if you walk by their property, their driveway is filled with like old refrigerators and shit. And so like, I did some digging, and apparently that's against code. And so I submitted a complaint, an official complaint against them.
We call you fucking Rob Katz from now on, right? or Harold Zeitz.
I learned from the best. I learned from the best. So it's like I don't have any other recourse. So like if I'm trying to like be a dick about it, they've got the manpower over me, and it's like I've got a child, so I don't really want to escalate things. But like if they're gonna just ignore me, then fuck
Eric,
it.
I love your property man now. You're a property man. You don't let anyone impede on your property as much as you may not use it or use it.
Sure.
That's your property.
That's my property. Well, if they keep using it, then they have a claim to it. So you can't allow that.
Or you might charge them for it,
That's true.
Charge them a little rent.
At a certain point, I need to like call somebody to like actually figure out where the line is, and then potentially put a fence up. But
nice. You're a property man.
I'm a property man.
I respect your thing, especially because it's East Europeans. We fucking hate those guys,
those fucking caveman whites. God damn them. Anyway, I hope that was spicy enough for you, Ryan.
Yeah, that was good.
It's almost 9:00. You probably need to go home and eat. What's for dinner?
Fuck, dude. I don't know.
It's gonna be like Jack in the Box, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you're not hard hearing about Jack in the Box, you should probably get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. That's all, folks. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Fart, fart, fart. 30 seconds. Fart, fart, fart.